Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for May 21, 2022, the Elon Accused edition. And we begin with that story from the New York Times Deal Book reporting of sexual harassment allegations made by an employee against Elon Musk. They relate to a SpaceX reportedly paid a flight attendant $250,000 to settle a sexual misconduct claim. It is claimed that as part of her regular duties, this employee gave massages to Musk, and on one such instance, he revealed a certain unrevealable part of his body to her. Musk has denied the claim, saying that they were politically motivated. The Times reported that they had seen documents backing up, or rather the insider reported that it had seen documents backing up the claim, although the Times admitted they had not independently confirmed the reporting. The Times notes that the story could complicate Musk's effort to finance the deal. He'd been in talks with additional investors, but a sexual harassment claim could certainly turn investors off. And one could also argue that SpaceX reported use of a non-disclosure agreement is at odds with Musk's professed commitment to free speech. So the Musk Twitter saga continues. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, Dylan Tokar reporting the Financial Crimes Agency, or Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, got additional funding as a part of the Ukraine aid package. The funds were part of a $40 billion military and economic package, with nearly $100 million in funds would be used to boost efforts to crack down on financial crimes, including the enforcement of sanctions on Russia and seizing assets tied to the country's invasion of Ukraine. Next up from Reuters, you just cannot believe this headline. Once again, Wells Fargo fined $7 million by U.S. SEC for anti-money laundering lapses. The Securities and Exchange Commission fined a Wells Fargo advisor $7 million for failing to file at least 34 suspicious activity reports between April 2017 and October 2021. It's just unbelievable that Wells Fargo continues to engage in conduct that violates a wide variety of laws. You must really wonder about their culture. These fines keep coming, and of course we had the allegations this week of greenwashing in their hiring process for diversity. And our final story is Martin Shkreli, the most hated man in New York, Pharma Bro, released from prison early. When will we see him on social media? The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.